Aloha everyone, and welcome to Sonic Rush Adventure Part 13. In this part, we are still continuing our emerald hunt. We are still visiting hidden islands because I want to show you what these levels are like. Why not? We'll still be racing with Johnny. We actually get 3 Chaos Emeralds in this video, so this will be done soon enough. You know, it's not going to be a long time suck. I know I only upload 3 videos a week, but don't worry, we'll be done with this playthrough soon enough. Then we can move on and do other things. But you gotta see how much time it consumes, goddammit. You gotta see it. But yeah, we're still emerald hunting, doing all that jazz, and I figured I would take this time to address a certain controversy that's been happening on YouTube lately. I know people watching this months from now, this will be like a long past story, but I'm still emerald hunting and I don't really have anything else to talk about, so I figured I'd take the time to address something. Basically, YouTube has been enacting its Content ID system onto every YouTube user now. So that means a lot of people who were affiliated with Machinima and other gaming companies and whatnot have been reduced to regular member status, and now they have to abide by the same Content ID monetization system that I've always been going by ever since I monetized my account. And so what that means is we've been hearing stories about, like, Angry Joe, the reviewer Angry Joe. He was on Twitter and he mentioned that, like, all of his videos that were like a million hits and more have suddenly gotten Content ID'd, you know. I know Some Call Me Johnny has his Let's Play channel, SGB Likes to Play, has also been hit, and a lot of his videos are no longer monetized and stuff like that. So it's been a big thing where this week YouTube has been really buckling down. I just wanted to reassure fans that this YouTube channel has not been my main source of income. It's not the one thing keeping me from living on the streets. I only upload 3 videos a week simply because I just don't have time to upload more. You know, this isn't my full-time job. It's always been extra money for me. And I've always been going by the monetization system as everyone else is experiencing it now. Sometimes Content ID decides that, no, this part of Sonic Rush Adventure will not get money. And then other times it will decide, oh, but this Sonic Rush Adventure part will. It's always been fickle. I've always tried to manipulate it by not adding tags and whatnot, but, you know, it's always been a weird, herky-jerky thing where anyone can sort of claim copyright on your video, even if they don't actually own it. One of the most weird circumstances was when I did my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play. About 2 weeks or so after I uploaded Part 1, I go onto my Gmail account and I noticed that YouTube sent me a mail saying that Rooster Teeth, you know, the gaming culture show that has stuff like Red vs. Blue, like the Halo comedy show and stuff, it said that Rooster Teeth owned the footage in this part, so you will not be receiving money, but, you know, everyone could still view the video and whatnot. And I was like, that's weird. I didn't realize Rooster Teeth owned Rareware. I didn't realize they owned the Nintendo 64. Okay. That's peculiar. They don't. They don't, and I will say that Rooster Teeth themselves did not make the claim. The problem is the Content ID system can be abused, and it can make companies that even no longer exist, like THQ. Like, the past week I've been hearing things about THQ making copyright claims, even though THQ no longer exists because it went bankrupt and stuff. It's a very abusable kind of system where your video can lose monetization just because someone claims they own the copyright, and YouTube cannot give you money until it's been proven false. So they take away your monetization until proven otherwise. And that's always a really annoying system when you have to keep going through these loopholes like, no, THQ is dead, it does not exist. No, Rooster Teeth does not own Banjo-Kazooie. That's bullshit. But, you know, the point is, there's a really shitty Content ID system going on right now. And, what this means for me, it means nothing. I will still be here. I will still be making videos for YouTube. I will still be uploading playthroughs of games, whether they are monetized or not. I am not stopping the Sonic series. If my Sonic playthroughs are not monetized, big deal. I'm still moving on to Sonic Unleashed. I'm still moving on to Colors and Generations and Lost World. I have a lot of Sonic games to go, I know, but I will still be doing them. I don't plan on leaving YouTube. This is not my main income. This is a hobby to me. It's always been a hobby. That just happens to net me a few extra bucks every now and then, which, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. But I'm not losing sleep over this. The only reason my Sonic playthroughs would stop is if Sega decided that they didn't want me uploading their playthroughs. Like, if they decided, Clement, you're uploading every Sonic game ever. We don't like that. Cease and desist. Stop it. I would have to abide by that, and I'd be like, okay, Sonic's done. I would move on. I would play other games, do vlogs, podcasts, whatever. My channel will still be here. If I get to cease and desist for Sonic, then I'll stop. But if I'm not getting monetized for Sonic, I'm still going to be doing the Sonic series. And that's just where I'm on with this thing with you guys. I just wanted to tell you that I'll always be on Twitter. You know, I don't see my Twitter account ever getting taken down because, you know, I don't post racist shit or harass people or start harassing them and send them death threats or anything. You know, I'm a good guy on Twitter, so I don't know why that account would go down. But I'll always be on Twitter. And I will always have a presence on the internet. I always want to be showing you new games. I would love to show you a playthrough of The Force Unleashed. I would love to show you a playthrough of Steambot Chronicles. I would love to show you this and that and this and that. Like, Sonic is not the only thing I game. You know, Mega Man is not the only thing I game. There's lots of games I would love to show you in the future. You know, it's a sticky wicket. If my channel was ever to go down, just look me up on Twitter and I'll tell you where my next channel is. It'll probably still be on YouTube, but, you know. If there are any changes in my policies, if there are any changes in how YouTube operates and if I react negatively to it, you'll see all that news in the future, but generally, I should still be here. You don't have to worry about me going away, you know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. This... Look at all those spikes. I'm actually on Special Stage 7 right now. I didn't have to do 4, 5, or 6. Again, Johnny's places in the ocean are fixed. There's always one particular spot that Johnny will be, and then you go to that spot, and it dictates what Chaos Emerald you'll be racing for. You can go for Chaos Emerald number 7 first, and then go for the other ones later, you know? So I'm actually going for Chaos Emerald 7 right here, and this one... You can see they add a lot more island chunks, a lot of bomb spikes. You can always boost through those bomb spikes, which is always swell. I found that a lot easier than Special Stage 6. 6 is the only one I have problems with. And again, I upgraded my watercraft, so I don't have any problems with it at all. Only if I didn't upgrade it. But because I did, the Johnny races are pretty simple, really. I mean, if you compared them to the old Sonic Rush special stages, like the half-pipe, some people would be like, which is harder, Stylus half-pipe from Sonic Rush, or Johnny races in Sonic Rush Adventure? Oh, by far, it just depends on whether you upgrade your watercraft. Like, Special Stage 7 in Sonic Rush, I had a doozy getting that Chaos Emerald. It was really annoying. But that was like the only one. I felt like the other 6 emeralds I could get no problem. This game, if you don't upgrade your watercraft, a lot of them will kick your ass. But if you upgrade your watercraft, they're not really hard at all. What took me 2 hours before now takes me like 2 or 3 tries. And it wasn't even like those first 2 or 3 tries I was close. It was always just like, oh, I should have boosted at this moment. Okay. Now I got it. And once I knew what to do, it was just like, oh, that was easy. So, you know. If you upgrade your watercraft, Chaos Emeralds aren't really that hard to get. That's what I say. Oh, look, we found Johnny again. This is Special Stage 6, by the way. This is the one I think is the hardest special stage in the game. And the reason it's the hardest is because you have to dodge so much stuff. There are bombs everywhere, there are islands that constantly get in your way. And every time the islands do get in your way, you have to... You just come to a dead stop, right? Like, your jet ski just stops, and until you get it away from the rock, like, right here. See, I stopped. I stopped again. And if you want to get back to acceleration, you better boost, you know? What I like to do for this one is I like to make sure I have a full boost meter for the third checkpoint. It also helps not to get stuck on too many islands and to keep a steady pace so that you're always constantly moving. But as soon as I hit the third checkpoint, that's when I start boosting like crazy, because there are boost containers in the third area that you can definitely take advantage of. And, it can make you boost the entire track. Like, see? Those containers I just ran through, they keep refilling the boost meter. Then I could just hold the boost button down, not move the controller, because if you move the controller, he starts to slow down. And, you know. Believe me, without an upgraded watercraft, that one is hard. It's so hard, you don't even know. But that's the hardest special stage. I still have one more to go, and that's the 5th Chaos Emerald. And it will be easier to get than the 6th one, so everything's looking hunky-dory, hunky-dory. That's my redneck voice. Suey, Suey. What is it? Cletus the slack-jawed yokel? That's my slack-jawed yokel. Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. And you should hear a banjo right now. Owned by Rooster Teeth, because Rooster Teeth owns banjo music now. I don't have anything against Rooster Teeth. It was an accident, guys. Rooster Teeth did not claim my Banjo-Kazooie video. That was a thing that they did not do. I know they did. But, you know. These hidden islands are so damn short. But it's weird. I'm actually almost done all the handheld Sonic games that I never thought I would do, you know? Like, when I started the Sonic series, I was very worried when I started up, like, Sonic 1 and them, if I was even going to tackle Sonic Advance and the DS games, because I didn't know if I could record those games, you know? Luckily, my computer skills got better, my computer techs got better, and everything's pretty good, pretty fantastic. I'm experimenting with a lot of Hauppauge and HD capture devices for the upcoming Sonic Unleashed and Colors and Generations playthroughs, because, you know, I want the playthroughs to look better. I want them to be 16:9 widescreen, and I want to sort of make my shit presentable, you know? It's been a lot of trial and error, but it's certainly a long stride away from the beginning, when my microphone was terrible. But here I'm pulling out with the map to show you how much I've explored of the ocean so far. There are still a lot of hidden islands I haven't visited, and that's why I'm going to go for some hidden islands. The last Chaos Emerald I'll save for last, but I'm going to be tracking down the hidden islands. So one of them is here. There is no light blue area to show, but I assure you, there's an island here somewhere. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, kiddies. Look to your Game Facts treasure map. It will tell you where all the islands are. But yeah, you know, back to the YouTube content ID thing. Just like, don't worry guys, I'll still be around. And even if I'm not around, even if my channel does get taken down, I'll try and get it back up, or I'll start a new one, you know? This is my hobby, and until I get, like, a son or a daughter, until I have to become a family man and shit gets real, you know, I don't think I'll be going away too soon. So, you know. Anyway, we'll come back for part 14.